Welcome, true crime aficionados and lovers of the unexplained. Settle in, because today we're diving deep into the heartland of America at the Midwest to uncover 5 chilling, unsolved mysteries that have haunted small towns for decades. These are the stories whispered in diners, debated at gas stations, and etched into the very fabric of communities where everyone knows everyone. Or do they? Our journey begins in a quiet corner of Ohio, in the seemingly idyllic town of Circleville. A1. The Circleville letter writer. Circleville, Ohio. Imagine living in a town where a sinister secret lurks, not in the shadows, but in your mailbox. That's what happened to the residents of Circleville, Ohio. Starting in 1976, a mysterious letter writer began sending anonymous, threatening letters to various townspeople, exposing alleged affairs and criminal activities. The letters were relentless, detailed, and deeply unsettling, tearing the community apart with suspicion and paranoia. The primary target seemed to be school bus driver Mary Gillespie. The letters accused her of having an affair with the superintendent. When Mary's husband, Ron Gillespie, received a letter threatening to expose him to his employer if he didn't stop the affair, he decided to take matters into his own hands. Ron, a seemingly ordinary man, armed himself and set out to find the culprit. Tragically, Ron died in a suspicious single-car accident while supposedly searching for the letter writer. The official ruling was an accident, but many in Circleville believed otherwise. Was he silenced? Was his death a desperate act? The letters didn't stop, even after Ron's death. In fact, they intensified. A few years later, a man named Paul Fresell, Ron Gillespie's brother-in-law, was convicted of attempted murder for allegedly planting a booby-trapped pistol in Mary Gillespie's car, an act supposedly orchestrated by the letter writer. Fresell maintained his innocence, claiming he was framed by the very person who had terrorized the town. He even received letters in prison, taunting him. To this day, despite a conviction, the true identity of the Circleville letter writer remains a chilling enigma. A phantom tormentor who held an entire town hostage with words. Was it one person, or a group? And what was their ultimate motive? The answers remain buried somewhere in the quiet streets of Circleville. A2. The disappearance of Tammy Jo Blanton. Next, we travel west to St. Joseph, Missouri, a town with a rich history but also a haunting modern mystery. Tammy Jo Blanton was a vibrant, 32-year-old mother of 2. Working as a waitress and always putting her children first. On April 16, 1993, Tammy Jo was supposed to meet a friend, but she never showed up. She was last seen leaving her apartment complex. Her car was found abandoned nearby, and her purse, with money and identification still inside, was discovered in a park several days later. What makes Tammy Jo's disappearance particularly baffling is the absolute lack of a trace. There were no witnesses, no struggle, no apparent motive for abduction. Her children, who adored her, were left without their mother, and her family has been plagued by questions for decades. St. Joseph isn't a huge metropolis, it's a place where strangers stand out. Yet, Tammy Jo vanished into thin air. Foul play is strongly suspected, but without a body or any concrete evidence, the case has remained cold. Who would want to harm Tammy Jo, and why? Was she targeted randomly? Or was someone she knew involved? The Platte River, which runs through the area, has been searched repeatedly, but Tammy Jo Blanton has never been found. Her face, a hopeful smile frozen in time, adorns missing persons posters, a constant reminder of the unanswered questions that haunt the community.